Hey guys, Mitch Kieran here from the First Western Bank and Trust broadcasting booth. Another day, another dominating victory for your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs, 27-0 after Sunday night's game over the Pierre Trappers. There's a lot to highlight, but let's go ahead and give you a recap of what went down Sunday in the Magic City. Jordan Ewig picked up another W for the Sabre Dogs, the 8th on the season, while he held the Trapper batters to just a batting average of 150 and struck out 10. Then we had Tyler Elliott and Reese Basin jerk 1-2-3 innings to slam the door. And of course, the Dogs stayed hot at the plate 1 through 9 and beyond. Some of the guys that stuck out: Jake Barlow homered in his 3rd consecutive game. Both Ben Newbert and Dustin Mertz each added a homer plus 3 hit performances. And of course, Diesel Chris Monroe, 2 home runs and 7 total RBIs. Both the Dogs and the Trappers got a day off yesterday, and we're back here at Corbett Fields. And to give us a little bit of a scoop of tonight's performance, we're going to have Ty Barrett talking with tonight's starting pitcher, Reed Butts.
Thank you, Mitch. I'm here with a fan favorite and tonight's starting pitcher, Reed Butts. Thank you for taking a moment to talk with us.
Absolutely.
How are you liking it up here so far in Minot?
I'm loving it, man. Great group of guys around me. It's never a dull moment with everybody, so I feel really at home, and nothing's really changed from school to here, so it's nice.
That's awesome. So Valley City State's not too far away from here. So how hard was it transferring up here from Minot from Valley City State?
Just not having my own car up here has been a little difficult, but having 2 friends there coming from my college to come play up here, David Demeter and Dustin Mertz, It's nice to have those guys that I can rely on for a ride. So they've made everything easy, and if they can't come in clutch for me, then other guys can help me out. So it's been really easy for me.
Awesome. So with it's a little bit windier and cloudier today than normal, does that affect you whenever you go out on the mound?
It's always a factor to consider, but it's just that more important to just make sure I'm focused at the task at hand and delivering every pitch and executing every time. So.
Well, with this series, offense we haven't been short of offense.
No, yeah.
How does that change your mindset going into the game, staying focused, making sure that you're getting those outs that you need?
It helps me pitch more confidently. I can just go right at these guys and trust my defense behind me and not feel like I have to make every pitch perfect and realize I can get away with other things. So I think just pitching with that confidence and knowing that my defense and my offense is going to have my back in the next inning is, it puts me at much more at ease.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here, folks. We got Reed Butts on the mound tonight, looking to get another Sabre Dog victory. Anything else you can say for the camera?
Hey, Mom and Dad. That's it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Corbett Fields. We're live at the Magic City from the First Western Bank and Trust broadcasting booth to call baseball in the Expedition League for the visiting Pierre Trappers and your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. Now the Sabre Dogs on 4 straight victories and started with 1 come from behind on the road in Grand Forks of the Red River Pilots. And then the Sabre Dogs, they just need that spark to strike fire once they return to Corbett Fields. On Friday, we saw a 14-0 win over Pierre, Saturday 21-3 over the Trappers, and Sunday 27-0. The most dominating victory we've seen so far this summer, and that series concluded in a sweep, another one for the Dogs, and a 62-3 run difference. Now, tonight is billed to be a little bit closer, as the Trappers are sending one of their top arms on the mound, but we also got one of our top arms on the mound in Reed Butts, and he'll be set to take the mound when we break for the national anthem. But don't you touch that dial. We will be right back with the start of the top of the first inning for the start of 2 home games in a row, once again between the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs and the Pierre Trappers. And welcome back to Corbett Field. Mitch Kieran with you for the play-by-play tonight, joined by Justin Levy, our broadcast producer. And out there on the mound, you see him, Mr. Reed Butts, as he will be throwing to the starting 9 for the Pierre Trappers. And, of course, their starting 9 is brought to you by Magic City Suites at 123 South Main right here in Minot and right down the road. Well, Butts making his third appearance and second start here tonight. In his first start, he picked up the W. 96 pitches in 5 innings of work. He struck out 9, walking 1, and only giving up the 1 earned run in an 11-1 contest over Red River. Due up, he's got Connor Bendeck set to lead off, followed by Noah McCreary, the DH in the 2-hole. Hunter Brown batting third at short. Anthony Barraza at first in cleanup. Colby Rich in right. Number 8 batting 5th. And batting 6th behind him in center field, number 3, Maddox Mueller. The catcher and 7th hitter tonight for the Trappers, number 2, Garrett Arnold. Batting 8th, the second baseman, number 1, Trevor Seagraves. And rounding out the lineup in left field, number 11, Jacob Griffin. And on the mound will be Caleb Hay, number 9. We've seen him bat a few times for these Trappers here in Souris Valley. But we'll see what he can do on the mound. He's already shown some good stuff against the Raging Roosters, but this will be his first time tonight against a new team, as well as Butts as he takes the rubber to take on Bendeck. The first pitch. Fastball in there, called strike 1. We've taken flight from the Magic City. The Trappers led by head coach Jamie Habiger and assisted by Montario May. Second pitch. Fastball at the knees, called strike 2. Butts working quickly ahead on Bendeck. The young batter, a redshirt sophomore out of Spring Hill College. One of the top batters on the Trappers team so far this summer. He'll foul that one away to stay alive. 3 straight strikes for Butts, still looking for his first. Bendeck at third base tonight, a .304 batting average. Trying to get something started here for Pierre. Swung on, this one cranked deep to left field. Muncie's got to get on his horse, and it's down. A one hop off the fence, and Muncie on the warning track. Well, let's have to sail this one into Cruz at short. That's some good 2-strike hitting right there. A big swing and a miss, and a stand-up double to lead things off for Connor Bendeck. Got a pitch hung up in the zone late in the count. Didn't have to swing too defensively on that one. And he turned on it very nicely for extra bases. That's already our first hit of the game. Butts going to have to work out of the stretch. First pitch to McCreary. Up and away, called for ball 1. Now McCreary with the last start for Pierre on the mound on Sunday. A little bit of unorthodox approach, but not your usual pitcher, or at least one that's on the staff, per se, for Pierre. Running a little low on pitching after that last series. But he returns to the plate tonight as the DH. Butts getting even now with the 1-1 count. And this one, it's going to skip by Mertz. A pass ball and a hard round to third. But already this is a little bit of a tough start. Bendeck reaching safely to third base, now just standing 90 feet away from giving Pierre their first lead on the season against Souris Valley. Pierre and North Iowa battling for the second and third place current spots on the season. A fastball missing high for ball 3. And a 3-1 count now for McCreary. Souris Valley still in first place in this league with an 8-1 record. Pierre, like North Iowa, 4-6. And it's ball 4 high. McCreary watches this one go by on the 5th pitch of the at-bat. And this is already a tough spot to be in for Reed Butts. Runners at the corners, still nobody down, and we go to the 3-hitter. The middle of the order coming up with no outs for Pierre. They can get a job done with one good swing of the bat. Fastball in the inner half, called strike 1. Butts trying to work ahead and work for his first. Hunter Brown on the summer batting .250, 733 OPS. This pitch, curveball taken and just running inside for ball 1. A 7.33 OPS, 4 runs batted in, and also 8 runs scored so far in the summer. Glad to see those full summer statistics for the Trappers, as this one swung on and chopped foul straight back for strike 2. A strikeout would be nice in any at-bat, but it would be huge in this one. Any fly ball to the outfield would most likely score Bendeck from third. See what Butts could do here. The 1-2. Taken. Just running inside again for ball 2. Luckily that one didn't hit Brown to load him up. Just a little bit less than ideal baseball conditions here tonight. Fully cloudy. Had some rain earlier today. 2-2. Swung on and hit the other way sharply foul. Count will stay there. 64 degrees, but feeling a little bit chillier than that, if I may. Not much wind. Blowing from west to east, pretty light. Still a 2-2 count. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Butts with the offering, and he pops him up. Monroe takes 2 hard steps, watches this one sail out of play, foul. Again, Pierre just trying to find a solidified lineup. Find a lot of guys subbing in and out of the past few days. Let's see if this one can do damage with runners at the corner. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, out number 1. And like I said, that is a huge strikeout. Now you get a grounder. You can turn 2 and take that runner away from third. But we got Anthony Barraza, the cleanup batter. A .231 batting average, but a .718 OPS. 7 runs batted in with 1 long ball for the young freshman out of Santa Ana College. Watches that one up and in for ball 1. On a first pitch fastball from Butts. So still with less than 2 outs. He could get the job done. There's a slider. Called. Strike 1. Again, Reed Butts, the left-hander out of Valley City State University. One of the most exciting players to watch on this Sabre Dogs team as he offers a fastball for ball 2. A junior out of Rockford, Illinois. Pitched this past spring in half the games, but when he was in, he was effective. 3.25 ERA. There's a sword and strike 2. A check swing. He went around, couldn't fend it off. Butts also through 48 innings as a Viking had 60 strikeouts, just 15 walks. Very tough pitcher in the North Star Conference. Here's the 2-2. And roped foul sharply. Haberger will kick it down. I think he was trying to dodge it more so. But a great job with 2 strikes nonetheless for Barraza. To take a pitch, still find barrel, and able to defend that one off. Not a bad turnout, but again, a little less than ideal conditions here on a June evening. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, out number 2. Already a great turnaround for Reed Butts after allowing the first 2 runners on a leadoff double. A pass ball lets him go to third. And then McCreary with the walk. And then back-to-back strikeouts for Butts. Can settle down a little bit, but he's not out of the woods yet. Got to work hard for his 3rd out. Butts kicks and fires. Offers a first pitch fastball, just missing inside, but not by much. Colby Rich watches that one go by. He is tonight's honorary beer batter. That means when he goes down, either looking or swinging, if he strikes out, it's half-price beer for the rest of the inning. That one, chopped foul. Almost looked fair for a split second. Mertz had to go out and get it. And finally it takes a couple bounces over the chalk. Once again, thank you for tuning into tonight's broadcast in your home for Souris Valley Sabre Dogs baseball all summer long for all the home games from Corbett Field. You can tune in right here on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Also stay notified. 1-1, fouled straight back. Butts working ahead once again. And he's looking to get himself out of the jam. This would be big here for Reed Butts. He's trying to follow suit after 3 more solid starts. 3 straight victories from Trent Dewier, Thomas Gutierrez, and Jordan Ewig over the Trappers. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, just got the tip of the bat on it, and foul. Again, Trent Dewier making perhaps another case for pitcher of the series. We award it to Thomas Gutierrez. 12 strikeouts in 6 innings for one of the most dominant wins, but Trent Dewey perhaps had the most efficient win. 68 pitches in just 6 innings of work. 1-2, and low and in for ball 2. Jordan Ewig had the battle, but he was still able to hold the Trappers scoreless. Doing a good job getting the win in our 4th straight. Souris Valley trying to extend that winning streak to 5, which would be our longest so far on the summer. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss! Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Reed Butts leaves 2 stranded in the first. Way to battle back in what a first inning, or top of the first for that matter. The Sabre Dogs going to try to break the goose egg early again as we head to the bottom of the first. Coming up next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. With a stay.
Taking a look now at your Sabre Dogs starting 9, proudly presented by Magic City Hoagies for the best darn hoagies in town. Again, same place as Magic City Sweets. Leading things off, Luis Pelayo out of center field. Batting second and right, Hunter Delanoy. Batting third, DH Ben Newbert. The cleanup man, Diesel, Chris Monroe. Batting fifth at second, Jake Barlow. Batting left, Cody Muncie. Batting sixth and left. Batting seventh at shortstop, Dason Cruz. Batting eighth at third base, Alex Crouch. And batting ninth, the catcher, Dustin Mertz. Now, it was well known that Pierre was low on pitching for the past series. But the Trappers perhaps have one of their most successful arms out there on the mound so far this summer. It's Caleb Hay, the young right-hander, doing the work for the Trappers. He's got his hands full as Luis Pelayo returns to the lineup tonight, but he watches ball 1 go by. Pelayo, some of the best numbers on the team, on a team where everyone's standing out. Takes a swing at this one. It's chopped back up the middle, and he is able to get the glove on it at second. Trevor Seagraves, all he can do once he fields it is simply turn and see Pelayo well past the bag. The ground ball good for an infield single for Pelayo on the second pitch of the at-bat. Hunter Delanoy steps in. And again, Caleb Hay, the right-hander out of OUAZ. So far this summer, 12 innings pitched, 2 wins in both of his starts, 13 strikeouts, 6 walks, and an ERA at an even 3.0. Delanoy will watch strike 1 go by. Opposing teams with a .275 batting average. We'll see if Souris Valley can have some success here tonight. Once again at the plate. Second pitch with a breaking ball. Called for strike 2. Not a bad showing there from Hay. A pitch that started high and just ran right off the table. Ran in and fell right in the lap of the catcher. It's an 0-2 count. Delanoy going to have to battle back here with 2 strikes. Takes a hack at this one, reaches, it's down the line, and it is fair! Pelayo's rounding second, heading to third. Coach Kieran's going to wave him home, and no problem with that. 2 strikes, just throw the knob of the bat at it, and Delanoy with an RBI double the other way. That's all it takes. A little bit of a defensive swing, but Delanoy from the left side still made it look pretty. Just shoots it down the left field line, and just like that, in a matter of 5 pitches, Souris Valley is back on the scoreboard. And we move right along to another dangerous hitter, Ben Newbert. First pitch, fastball in the black, called for ball 1. So it's a 1-0 count to Newbert. Hay working out of the stretch. Swung on, popped him up. And this one's going to stick in shallow right fields. And Rich will make the grab on the run for out number 1. So on the 1-0 pitch, another tough out right there. Newbert just couldn't get all of it. And it's out number 1. Stepping into the box now, perhaps one of the hottest hitters in the entire Expedition League right now. It's Diesel, Chris Monroe. First pitch from Hay, swung on, and this one's shot towards the 5-6 hole. Delanoy heading to third, and the throw is going to be in the dugout. They try to get Delanoy on his way to third, and it sails into the Pierre dugout. Delanoy will come home to score. So the grounder could have potentially been a fielder's choice, but then an error on the throw. Delanoy will come home to score, and Monroe will reach safely at first and then go to second. We'll move up now to the 5-hitter Jake Barlow, another hot hitter. 3 consecutive games with home runs. Takes a big swing at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. So for Barlow, a bit of a slower start. Again, another hitter who just continued to find ways to bat himself out, hitting balls hard but right at fielders. We'll take a look at his numbers next. 0-1, he'll foul this one off too. So now we see Hay starting off another batter hard and then with the junk. Barlow building his batting average back up to 387 and an OPS of 1.235. It's good power numbers. 0-2. Swung on. Cranks this one high towards the gap in right. And Mueller able to make the grab to straightaway right center field. Monroe. Nothing much he could do there. And another quick out there. Sabre Dogs still trying to build to a 2-run lead with 2 outs here. They got Monroe still in scoring position across the diamond from one of the big men of the league. It's Cody Muncy. First pitch, swung on, and he grounds this one towards a big gap at second. The throw will not be in time. Monroe to the plate, and that throw's not in time. RBI single for Cody Muncy. On the first pitch of the at-bat, got a slow roller up the middle, but they're playing that shift. They had Seagraves deep in the 4-3 hole. The throw clearly did not reach there in time. And Chris Monroe with 2 outs, that's why you leg them all out. They did not catch him. Do not judge a man by his size. Chris Monroe can scoot. Muncy as well. He already has a handful of stolen bases. We're down now to Dason Cruz with a 3-0 lead. Watches the first pitch strike go by. Hay resetting here with the 0-1. Second pitch. Taken on the outer half this time. Back-to-back fastballs, both for strikes. Now Dason Cruz only appearing in 2 games so far. Has 1 hit in 8 at-bats. Showed a lot of improvement in Sunday's game against Pierre. 0-2. Fastball in the black. Taken just more off the plate for ball 1. Looked close, but he kept scooting away off the plate. That second one for sure painting the corner, but not a bad take there for Cruz. 1-2, and he'll stay alive, fouling this one inside out and straight back. Cruz, that second game that he's appeared in, went 1 for 4. Had a double, which also drove in a run. Also scored 2 of his own and drew 2 walks. So he's making his way there. Now just gotta find one. This one's shot back up the middle. Hay can't quite get the glove on it. And there's a bleeder for an infield single for Dason Cruz. That'll help build the batting average up on the infield single. Still with 2 down and still 2 runners on for your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. And here's a guy with a lot of pop. Perhaps one of the strongest, if not the strongest, 8-hitter in the Expedition League. Alex Crouch steps up to the plate. First pitch. Fastball just inside. Called for a ball. Crouch came in at a pinch hit opportunity in the last game, and he hit a towering home run. Not sure if it cleared it, but if it didn't, it surely could have cleared that scoreboard out that you see in right field. Another fastball this time, just outside. And it's 2-0 to Crouch. A 269 average, but it would be costly to feed him anything middle in. There's a nice slider that time from Hay. Got Crouch to swing at one in the outer half, and you'll foul it away for strike 1. Not a bad pitch to swing at, but not sure one to swing at with a 2-0 count. Hay bobbling the ball, and he'll come set. The pitch. A big swing, just got a piece of it, and it will just kick foul. I'm not sure what the bounce, who that one would have favored. If it stayed fair, we might have seen a 3rd straight infield single. Instead, it will be strike 2 on the foul, and Crouch will retreat to the plate. One of the most prolific careers wrapping up this past spring from Missouri Western, the Elk Grove Californian, Alex Crouch, now the home run king for the Griffins. He had 16 this past spring to get him over the hump. The 2-2. And there's another breaking ball, a slider hanging up just above the zone for ball 3. So the Trappers led things off this game with that stand-up double. Couldn't capitalize on it. And the Sabre Dogs, 4 base hits and another 3 spot in the bottom of the first. Another quick start. The full counts and the payoff just misses off the plate for ball 4. So Crouch walks, and that will load him up again for another deadly bat as the second leadoff batter, Dustin Mertz. Cannot overlook this man. He is just second in batting average on the team to Hunter Delanoy. A .478 batting average. That is 11 base hits in 23 at-bats. Mertz is off to a great start. He will take the first pitch for a ball. An on-base percentage of clean of .500. His OPS over 12,000. He'll take a fastball. Not a bad pitch there from Hay, but not going to give him the outer corner for ball 2. And he's wasting little time here. Already back in the windup. And a quick delivery. Fastball, this time called on the inner half for strike 1. Looked a little more off the plate than the last one. And Hayes meaning business here. He wants his third and to stop the bleeding. The pitch. And this one, nice block behind the plate by Garrett Arnold. Tried to go back to that sharp slider. Plenty of movement on that pitch. That broke too low. It's a 3-1 hitter's count for Mertz. He's looking for one to drive. And just pops this one up. Looks like it'll stay in play. Barraza will call him off. And it's a foul out with the bases loaded to end things for the Sabre Dogs in the first. But again, what a start. Blink and you miss it. They're your Souris Valley Sabre Dogs leading the Pure Trappers 3-0. But we got a whole lot of game left, so don't you go anywhere. The top of the second coming up next on your home for the Sabre Dogs baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
Back here in the Magic City, and we're taking a look around the horn. Again, Reed Butts after his first inning of work. Chucking the egg to Dustin Mertz, waiting to get his gear on. He was the last out in the first, as we saw 1 through 9 bat for the Dogs. At first, we got Chris Monroe once again, Jake Barlow at second base, Dason Cruz returns to shortstop, and Alex Crouch also returns to third base. From left to right in the outfield, Cody Muncy, Luis Pelayo in center, and Hunter Delanoy in right. So Reed Butts got up to 28 pitches in that first inning, but he battled, and he battled his tail off for sure. After giving off a leadoff double, a pass ball allowing that runner to take third, it was Connor Bendeck. Noah McCreary walks, but that's where those two runners will stay as Reed Butts proceeded to strike out the next 3 hitters faced, 3 through 5. Deemed the most powerful bats in the lineup, but Butts able to blow his pitches by all of them. So he's got a clean slate here and a 3-run cushion at his back. And we got the 6-hitter due up. Maddox Mueller, the center fielder, usually near the top of the order for Pierre, but he finds himself more towards the middle. Shows bunt, pulls back on a fastball in the outer half called for strike 1. Swing and a miss on the second pitch of the at-bat. Mueller had a good road series against North Iowa, but a little bit of a struggle here so far at Corbett Field. 0 for 2. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, see ya! And Mueller is yet to leave the box. Has a few choice words. And he'll retreat to the dugout after out number 1 on 3 pitches. We'll now go to the catcher, Garrett Arnold. Only 8 at-bats so far this summer. Still looking for his first base hits. Almost gets that one a good swing, but just fouling this one out of play. The 7th hitter in this Trappers order. Again, outscored 62-3 in the first series between these teams. This one's grounded hard towards Barlow, and no problem with it. We've seen Jake Barlow make a lot of plays at second, and he makes them look effortless, like on that one for out number 2. And, of course, Dason Cruz, this will be his second game at shortstop. Alex Crouch, usually our third baseman, got a game in at short on Saturday, I believe. Also got Cam Willman, Davey Demeter. Could potentially be subbing in tonight's, but when you have that many players capable of playing anywhere across the infields, plenty of athletic fielders. First pitch called ball 1 to Trevor Seagraves. Stood in and watched it ride the chalk inside. Seagraves, an infielder out of OUAZ, also a teammate of tonight's starting pitcher, shoots this one down the line and right. Monroe dives, and Seagraves is heading to second. The throw will be cut off by Barlow from right, from Delanoy. He had to go all the way towards the dirt. And it's a 2-out double. A good piece of hitting. Again, a pitch on the outer half. That's what you want to do with it. Just take a split hair of a second longer. Don't have to sit too much, but just a little bit. And stay inside. Get that barrel out front. That's exactly what he did there. So Seagraves stands on second with 2 down. And a first pitch slider from Butts runs off the plate for ball 1. Jacob Griffin, the other teammate out of OUAZ for Seagraves and Hay, the 2 aforementioned. There's a big swing and a miss on the second pitch of the at-bat. Butts trying to hold another runner stranded in scoring position, as he did in the first. Third pitch of the at-bat. There's a nice curveball. Strike 2. Watched all the way home. As Butts quickly works back ahead in the count, Showing no signs of being phased by that double. In the 1-2, and he'll foul it away, stay alive. So this will be a 2-game series here at Corbett Field between Souris Valley and Pierre. However, they will also be playing each other on Thursday down just south of the border in Pierre, South Dakota. So we'll try to keep you up to date on all the that happens on the road all summer long for the Sabre Dogs. Plenty of home games in June. And this pitch called! Strike 3! See ya! Butts leaves another runner stranded in scoring position at second and only throws 11 pitches that inning, giving up the 1 hit and no runs. Your Sabre Dogs will start off at the top of the order and the bottom of the second next as they still lead Pierre 3-0 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. A much quicker inning that time for Reed Butts. Throwing 17 fewer pitches, only sitting at 39 now through 2. Not too bad. And we got Caleb Hay up to 28 after the first. Plenty of quick at-bats for the Sabre Dogs. Some bleeders, but they got the job done. A handful of infield singles. And the first run of the game was thanks to this man, Luis Pelayo. He's only looked at 2 pitches so far this game, but he's already 1 for 1 and already building to an impressive resume this summer. If we haven't mentioned it yet, Pelayo batting .412 with an on-base percentage clean at .500. Takes first pitch outside, ball 1. As Pelayo, 1 double, 1 triple, and 2 home runs. Don't let that fool you, though. One of those home runs inside the park. This man can run. It's a 2-0 pitch. Pelayo watches this one just nab the outside part of the zone, called for strike 1. Pelayo tied for second on the team in RBIs with 13. Cranks this one to straightaway center, and it's going to be caught. Mueller didn't have to move much for that one, for out number 1. But as I was saying, Pelayo, 12 runs scored, doing his job as the leadoff batter, but also driving in 13. So he's doing his job with the bat, giving credit to both the bottom of the order, but also doing his job getting on base and finding ways to score. Plenty of batting capabilities up and down the lineup to create run damage. But that's looking so far like a quick inning for the Sabre Dogs as Hunter Delanoy on the first pitch of the at-bat rolls this one over to second. Trevor Seagraves has no problem with it. Delanoy now 1 for 2 on the night. So we're only seeing 5 pitches so far this inning from Hay. And there's number 6, a fastball called for strike 1 to Ben Newbert. Newbert, plenty of power. Looking for one he can drive here. Takes a big hack. Just gets the cap of the bat on it. Newbert might have pulled his head just a little bit too much there. You can tell he wanted all of it. It's an 0-2. Slider, Hay trying to execute. Not a bad spot. But Newbert won't chase. 1-2. Check swing. They say, did he go? He did not. Keeps it off the shoulder, but again, not a bad pitch with 2 strikes for Hay. A nice slider, almost getting into chase. This one's chopped high towards third. Bendeck fields it perfectly on the run, and it's a 1-2-3 inning to put away the Sabre Dogs after another 3 spot. So I got just 10 pitches that inning for Caleb Hay. That is quite the turnaround after another hot start in the first. Top of the third coming up next. It's still Souris Valley 3, Pierre nothing on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
At Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris.
Well, we were treated to a pretty feisty race out there in the field between innings. And we got ourselves a feisty matchup on the field so far as well. Pierre still trying to crack the scoreboard, but they're already showing good signs offensively with a pair of doubles. Their first time through the order. We're going to set to lead things off here. Connor Bendeck was the man who got it started with the first of the two doubles. So again, the next 3 games against Pierre, 2 here in Minot. And then Thursday's matchup will be the road trip once again for your Sabre Dogs. Taking a look to this weekend, we're going to continue the Route 2 rivalry, where Souris Valley currently holds a 5-1 record over the weekend opponents. The Red River Pilots, they'll be here Friday through Monday nights. And the Sabre Dogs will finally meet the North Iowa Raging Roosters next Tuesday. Second pitch of the at-bat called for strike 1. Scoreboard reads 0-2. Butts with the third pitch of the at-bat. He fires. Swing and a miss. And see ya. Might have got a foul tip, but it's still another strikeout for Reed Butts. Pitching very nicely here, starting to gas up out there. Through 10 hitters, he has already struck out 6. And he might be gunning for Goody's single game record so far of 12. Only time will tell. First pitch of the at-bat, low and away. Good take by McCreary. Second pitch, and McCreary will foul this one straight back. McCreary, a senior DH tonight out of Clark University. So far, pretty solid start to the summer. A .375 batting average, OPS over 1,100. 4 doubles, 1 home run, and a team-high 8 RBIs for the Trappers. And he still has some team highs after taking a game off hitting to pitch on Sunday nights. That one just missing. Inside for ball 2. Not a bad take from McCreary. 2-2 now for Butts. Wasting little time. He's back in the windup. Fires this one. Hit the other way nicely. Good 2-strike hitting for McCreary. And he's got his first hit of the game. His second consecutive time on base following his first inning walk. Low and outside pitch. Again. Good opposite field hitting we're seeing here tonight. Just throw the bat at it. Try to stay on plane. And he finds himself a nice line drive in the left. First pitch at the letters. Perhaps a little high and away for ball 1 to Hunter Brown. A ground ball could be trouble for Pierre. And a looping curveball that time. Plenty of run inside. But a little too much. It's ball 2. Once again, I want to thank First Western Bank and Trust for sponsoring our Dogs Daily pregame shows. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1, as well as the broadcasting booth from where we are coming at you live tonight. Butts shakes off a pitch and resets. 2-1. That time, that curveball does not miss. Right down the pipe with plenty of movement along the way. 2-2. Butts from the stretch. Swing and a miss. See ya. Strike 3, out number 2. Got the fastball outside, and Brown couldn't reach it. Out number 2. We'll move right along to Anthony Barraza, the freshman out of Santa Ana College. 0 for 1. Went down swinging with the runner at third back in the first, as did the former batter and the man on deck. Pops him up on the first pitch of the at-bat. Cruz will call it off immediately. In shallow left, no problem at all. And that's going to be the 4th runner left on base for Pierre through their 3 trips to the plates. No runs on 1 hit. One runner left stranded as Butts only throws 14 in the 3rd. Sabre Dogs coming back to bat with a 3-0 lead over the Trappers. Next on your home for Sabre Dogs Baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero. We all protect.
Welcome back to the Magic City. Mitch Kieran along with you tonight. And right in the heart of the order, due up 4, 5, 6. Some of the most powerful bats in the league step up to the plate, and we'll start things off with Chris Monroe. Along with Thomas Gutierrez, Chris Monroe was named our offensive player of the past series, as he got 8 hits through 3 games, 6 runs, 11 runs batted in, 3 total home runs in the first Pierre series, had a batting average at .571. And he's getting plenty of respect on that left side of the field, but a big hole on the right. First base playing usual, but second is over past shortstop. This will be fouled straight back on strike 2. So Monroe quickly finds himself down to the count 0-2. Left to defend here, 0-2, and he'll foul another one off. Try to stay in there a little bit longer. Monroe, a senior out of Central Michigan and Champaign, Illinois as well, his hometown. A Northwoods League All-Star. We're very happy to have him in the Expedition League this summer. Former pit spitter. Watches ball 1 go away. For the pit spitters, he cranked out 12 home runs. Only time will tell. I mean, he's already up to 4 here. It feels like we just started. He'll chop this grounder off the plate. And Bendick with the throw in time. Another nice defensive play for these Trappers in the field. And he played the bounce perfectly. Again, the turf playing surface. A lot of modern players like it, but you just got to play it differently defensively. There's no divots, but the bounces are sharp. Just got to take that in mind every time you are on one. First pitch swung on and fouled back by Jake Barlow. Flew out his first time up. 0 for 1 thus far. 0-1. He'll take that one for strike 2. Barlow with 3 home runs in the year, all 3 of them coming throughout the past 3 games. Is on a roll. Fastball just off the plate for ball 1. Close to the last spot. A fastball in the black. Caleb Hay starting to settle in here. Still trailing by 3, but still trying to get ahead of these Sabre Dog hitters, and he's doing just that. Barlow will foul this one back as well. Taking a look at Barlow's numbers, as I mentioned, the 3 home runs, 3 other extra base hits on 2 doubles and a triple, and 11 runs batted in. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, ripped towards third. Bendick with the heads-up play. He doesn't have to move much, but he catches a screaming line drive. A big out for out number 2 for this Pierre team. And Connor Bendick with his second putout. Cody Muncie steps up to the plates. He'll take this one away for ball 1. And Pierre initiating another shift on Cody Muncie. This one pretty aggressive on the pull side. Rip back up the middle, and he plays into it perfectly. As Brown became a rover, and that any other defense would have easily been a single. But it's another 1-2-3 inning to put away the Sabre Dogs. Heading to the top of the 4th. They're still leading the Trappers 3-0. And we'll be right back on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Back here in the Magic City, and we might be looking at another one of those quick games. After the 3 spot in the first, we have moved in just a breeze in innings 2 and 3. We'll start off the top of the 4th with the beer batter, Colby Rich. Oh for 1 so far, and forgot to mention the half-price beer was in effect in the first inning. First pitch curveball. 4, strike 1 called. Coach Kieran's got his family in attendance tonight. Young son Maddox and wife Caitlin. Second pitch of the at-bat roped up the middle. Again, Pierre, their 4th base hit of the game. That already matches Souris Valley. Rich going to keep full price beer in effect for another inning. But a nice single to lead things off for the Trappers. Still no outs. Butts, first pitch. Not missing by much, up and in to Maddox Mueller. We've seen Barlow and Cruz make some nice plays individually. Let's see if they'll be able to twist it. Should we get a grounder here? It's a 1-1 count now, and nothing at first. A quick pick attempt. I'm blinking, you miss it. And you got to be careful with those lefty pitchers. Big swing and a miss. That's strike 2. Mueller taking a hack, and he'll have to maybe take a little off here, battle up with 2. Again, once they're able to cross the hips, swing and a miss. Another strikeout. Reed Butts really picking up steam here. Unfazed by these base hits. He just picks up where he left off. That is his 8th strikeout of the game in just 3 1/3. So Reed Butts, another just tenacious pitcher. Only walking 1 so far. Hoping to keep that down. As this pitch will miss low. Mertz doesn't let it get too far away from him. No runner will advance on that one. Ball 1. We move right along to Garrett Arnold. 0 for 1. And he will take that pitch for ball 2. Another slider up and in. Again, Butts also had a 4-2 record at Valley City State University. Might have battled an injury. Didn't have nowhere near the most appearances on the team, but definitely credited as one of the more talented arms for the Vikings. He's joining the team this year by Davey Demeter and Dustin Mertz, all playing under Coach Olney. Another foul ball from Arnold this time, and that's strike 2. The 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up here from Butts as he sets from the stretch, and there goes a bat flying errants. But hey, he still manages to get the bat on the ball despite it sailing past the dugout. No matter what it takes, just battle. That's a foul ball. So he's getting a healthy amount of pine tar after that one. Going to try to choke up here and still try to look for something positive with 1 down, 1 runner on first. That's about the 3rd time in this past week that we have seen a bat fly away from pregame popcorn. And 6th pitch of the at-bat, that one's going to miss inside on a pass ball. And it's ball 3, and Rich will advance. So the Trappers have already left 4 runners on base at the end of their innings, 3 of which were in scoring position. We'll see what happens here with Rich standing across the diamond from Garrett Arnold. The payoff pitch swung on, another foul ball, a magic number 8. An 8-pitch at-bat. Getting the job done, Reed Butts already getting up to 66 total pitches on the game. Got up to 98 through 5 in the first start of the season. Another payoff. Swung on. Hit the other way, and that'll split the first and second baseman. Delanoy fields it perfectly, and he would have came up shooting to the plate. Throw cut off by Monroe, and that'll leave the runner stranded at third. But Butts might be in trouble again. The 1-out single the other way by Arnold will advance the runner to third. Runners at the corners. And Trevor Seagraves will step up to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a double. Was able to get a nice base hit down the line and right back in the 2nd inning. Let's see if he can do it again here with 2 runners on. A grounder up the middle. Butts knocks it down and gets past him, and Dason Cruz on the run will make the play for out number 2. Butts with a slap to the glove. Tough break there that he couldn't make a tremendous play. There's still a sharply hit ball. But Cruz still able to get the 2nd out of the inning. Rich, however, will come home to score. Arnold is 2nd. Butts is still got to work hard here for his 3rd out, and he's sure going to do that. A swing and a miss on the first pitch to Jacob Griffin. Showing off that curveball again. Starts high, plenty of drop, as well as run away from a lefty batter. The 0-1. There it is again. Called for strike 2. A good-looking pitch with that much movement. You could either sense the big drop or the run, but hey, this one's got plenty of movement on both axes. The 0-2 tries to go fastball low and away, missing the corner, ball 1. No action yet in either bullpen as the Trappers finally scratch their first run here in the top of the 4th. The Sabre Dogs trying to get back on the scoreboard since the first. Caleb Hay getting a little bit better here as the game's carrying on. After tonight, we could potentially be seeing a start from Daniel Tomkowitz or perhaps Jacob Wesselman again. Big swing and a miss. See ya. And that'll be the 5th runner left on base on this game. Butts just a little bit frustrated to allow that 1 run. But still got himself out of this one. And the Sabre Dogs still lead. 1 run on 2 hits, 19 pitches from Butts. And the Dogs will come back to the plate. Souris Valley 3, Pierre 1, and more baseball next on your home for the Sabre Dogs. Welcome back to Minot as Dason Cruz makes his way to the plate for the second time tonight. 1 for 1 with the infield single from earlier. But I think he's looking to square one up here. We were yet to see the best of Dason Cruz in what he showed that he was capable of at Quincy University. First pitch called, strike one. And this one outside for ball one. The third pitch of the at-bat, Cruz with a ripped ball the other way. Goes inside out, but just too much, a hair late. And it's a long strike two. Cruz hailing from Nord Aruba. Quincy batted .348, 10 home runs, 62 runs batted in. This one grounded the other way and into left field. Dason Cruz with his second base hit of the game. Good piece of hitting there again. We've seen plenty of good opposite field hitting tonight as well. And we'll go now in the order to Alex Crouch. First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball. On the outside called. Strike one. Crouch able to draw the walk to load the bases. Unfortunately, that was where they were all left stranded back in the first inning. It could have been a much bigger lead. But the Sabre Dogs still looking to rectify that nonetheless, regardless of the situation. In fact, still, don't forget, they just put up 27 runs in their last game. And it took them all the way to the third inning to finally put up 4. But then from there, they just got even better. Crouch tried to turn on that one. A big swing, but a miss for strike two. So again, Crouch looking to make something happen here. Caleb Hay with the 8th pitch this inning. It'll be fouled away. Crouch keeps it at a 1-2 count. Pretty calm batter. Just takes a nice little breath there. Steps back in. Not much of a shift on him. Nothing at all. 1-2. A curveball. It's a little out front, but sat back enough to get a piece of it foul. Chop to the right side. Still a 1-2 count. Hay and Crouch battling here. And that time, he will be sat down with the curveball. What a pitch right there. Called strike three on the outer half for Alex Crouch. Looks like it was heading up and away. And again, plenty of movements. Been mentioning Butt's off speed, but Hayes got some good one as well. So far, the Sabre Dogs haven't been quite able to really hit that curveball very hard. First pitch, Mertz gets popped up again. This one heading towards the Corbett Field logo in center, and it is caught. Racing all the way to meet Mueller in shallow center. Trevor Seagraves makes the grab for out number 2. So after the leadoff single for Cruz, we have 2 quick outs. And Luis Pelayo is trying to make something happen here. In his third at-bat of the night, he is 1 for 2. The pitch. Takes a fastball well outside for ball 1. Again, Luis Pelayo. One of the most consistent bats so far in the lineup. He definitely had one of the fastest starts as well. Has not exactly had an off night. Ball 2, he takes that one. Not hard to see why. A highly sought-after prospect by Coach Kieran and potentially others. Out of Santa Cruz, Aruba, 426 average this spring, 10 home runs. He's got some pop as well. Just a great swing, a great player, and a 3-time All-American in college. I believe it's C.J. Kumbo on the other team at USAO, also joined by Brett Laura on the Sabre Dogs. That pitch fouled away. Again, the Drovers at Science and Arts of Oklahoma, able to make the NAIA National Opening Round in Shreveport. Unfortunately, that's where they saw their season come to an end against Fisher and LSU Shreveport. Gets a piece of that one. Still a 2-2 count here. Sabre Dogs dugout trying to remind him drive a gap. Coach Kieran also stressing just think gap to gap. You don't got to always think pole. Don't got to always think oppo. Just think up the middle. If you're a hair late or a hair early, then you could hit it deep the other way or to your side. But Pelayo hits that pitch where it's pitched on the outer half, but right to the left fielder Jacob Griffin on a well-hit ball for out number 3. Once again, the Sabre Dogs are left scoreless in the 4th. We're already starting the top of the 5th here after just about an hour of gameplay. Scoreboard still reads Souris Valley 3, Pierre 1 on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
Valley Sabre Dogs. With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete.
Welcome back to the Magic City. Mitch Kieran alongside Justin Levy, our broadcast producer. I want to thank Jacob Fletcher as well, all his great work at the PA. Ty and Drew keeping the fun on the field as well as off of it, plus helping all our fans in the box office and concession stands. Also got to thank Kobe down there too. First pitch called strike 1 to Connor Bendeck, the leadoff batter, once again leading off. He's led off in innings 1, 3, and now 5. Watches ball 1 go by. He's 1 for 2. And the third pitch called. Strike 2 on the outer half, but showing the slider. Ran into a tough 4th inning there, but he still battled back tough to keep the Sabre Dogs in front. The 1-2 taken at the knees, but also just a little bit inside. Ball 2. Over Bendeck. Takes this pitch well upstairs. Shakes his head. Knew he should have held back. But he's staying aggressive. And he's trying to show that he's ready to hit. But that pitch almost cost him. Still fouls it off and still alive. Butts. In no time, offers another pitch. Slider. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. I think Butts wanted to challenge him on that one. Ground the plate. And again, another big hack with 2 strikes, but that time it cost him. 1 down, still nobody on base. We move right along to Noah McCreary. 1 for 1, also walked earlier. A perfect on-base percentage tonight. One of the top batters for Pierre in the early goings here. You'll watch strike 1 go by. Butts trying to get somewhere in a hurry, as he is not even taking a breath between these pitches. 1-1, and he's quickly back in it here. Fastball. You betcha. Strike 2. Trying to keep these trapper hitters off balanced. He knows they're wanting to take one to Souris Valley after the 62-3 run difference in the last series. A grounder to Monroe. A hard 90 from McCreary, but not in time. Reed Butts. He's fired up, but he's still marching back to the mound, looking for his third after the 3-1. Not hard to see why Reed Butts so likable. Everybody says definitely a character. Good for the interviews if you also watched our pregame show for Dogs Daily. But he's also a fighter out there. See if he can get his third here in 3 face. This one, rope towards Crouch, no problem. Just as I say that, a 1 pitch out for Hunter Brown. And Reed Butts, a very quick inning. Just 11 pitches, and Caleb Hay is the one that gets a short stay in the dugout. Souris Valley coming to bat with a 3-1 lead over Pierre, and we will be right back on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
What we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
Welcome back to the Magic City as you see our Sabre Dog batters. Only leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. We're moving right along in this one. Just over an hour. And we're practically at the halfway point of this game. After some of those marathon innings offensively, the Sabre Dogs still look to be in good spirits, but it would definitely be hard to expect an offense to consistently average about 21 runs a game. Those were football scores we saw this past weekend. That type of thing just doesn't happen often in baseball. But it's a good part of the order to get something started again, hopefully for Souris Valley. Stepping in 1 for 2, Hunter Delanoy, the second batter, takes a first pitch swing and fouls it into the Minot Street. Delanoy, a senior batter out of Commerce, Michigan, out of Wayne State in Michigan. For the Warriors, he batted .361, .938 OPS, 11 home runs in 56 runs batted in. And his summer numbers so far, through just a handful of games, might even be better. Through 5 games, Delanoy comes into this one batting .562. It's pretty impressive. And he had an off night on his first night. And there's vintage Hunter Delanoy. Plenty of line drives into right, and there's another one that nobody can field. Delanoy's second hit of the game will see him reach first safely as he just continues to impress at the top of the lineup. We'll go to the 3-hitter, Ben Newbert now. 0 for 2, but he's looking to erupt here, looking for his pitch to drive. The first one. He'll lay off at a pitch at the chest for ball one. Newbert, a .419 average on the summer. An OPS of 1180. Player Coach Kieran saw in the Prospect League last summer. The 1-0. This one's cranked deep the other way. And it's down the line and down. Extra bases for Newbert coming up as he heads towards second. Delanoy is going to be held up at third. And Ben Newbert. He'd been mentioning to both Coach Kieran and Witzke how he's been wanting to show his power to the opposite field. Well, he did just that. Sat a hair longer, got that barrel out front, and he drove that sucker just 2 hops to the fence. Back-to-back base hits bring up Chris Monroe. 2 ducks on the pond for Diesel. First pitch. Fouls it straight back and off the pole. It's coming back. More aggressive approaches from the Sabre Dogs early in the count. Monroe, that first pitch hack, you know that he wants to get the job done. And just an atrocious number of runs batted in. The run damage he's put up, atrocious indeed. I mean that in the best way possible. 17 runs batted in, but he also leads the team in 15 runs scored as the cleanup batter. Chris Monroe is having himself quite the start this summer. With the 4 home runs, a triple, 3 doubles, and a .444 batting average. The 0-2 from Monroe gets him chasing low and away for strike 3. Might have wanted it just too much that time. And goes chasing for strike 3. The job could still be done here for Souris Valley. Jake Barlow stepping in with 1 out and 2 runners on second and third. Just got to find 1 pitch to drive, and not that time. He will lay off for ball 1. Again, Barlow, another guy you want up with runners on, as he has shown balls that can get out of here in a hurry off the bats. Swings at that one. A foul ball that did get out over in a hurry over the backstop. So again, another batter you got to be careful pitching to. That .387 average, 11 RBIs, 3 home runs, 2 of which I believe were solo shots. 1 also a grand slam. Takes that one for ball 2. Good pitch to lay off with less than 2 strikes. He'll work ahead back in the count. 2-1. Again, a great teammate, as mentioned by plenty of his teammates here. I'm sure the same will be said back at him at Delta State. A grounder towards the shortstop, but that will get the job done. That's out number 2, but he trades it in for Hunter Delanoy, bringing him home on the 6-3 putout. Ben Newbert will be left at second base. That ball shot right in front of him. Not a chance that he was going to try to advance on that one. With 2 down, Newbert still on second. And we go to Cody Muncy. Takes the first pitch, ball outside. Muncy, another guy that's been able to reconstructure his batting average after, again, a start where he still hit the ball hard, but just right at guys. That time, he'll find a hole. And Newbert, he will come home to score. Cody Muncy continues to stay in a rhythm here offensively. An RBI single and a good piece of hitting. For Muncy, that was his 5th run batted in. And that's another guy that just shows up early for Cody Muncy. Just wants to get as many hacks as he can on the days off that he has. He also just wants to constantly be at the field taking batting practice. And a chopped ground ball towards second will do it in 1 pitch for Dason Cruz. But the Sabre Dogs able to scrap and scratch and claw to get 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th. They extend their lead 5-1 over the Pierre Trappers, who will be coming back to bat next in the top of the 6th on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
Welcome back to Corbett Field, here, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. This might be a different voice for you, but this is Justin Levy, the producer, as Mitch Kieran had to step away for a couple minutes, and he let me step in now. So bear with me as I'm going to be doing a few different roles now. As Butts currently sits at 82 pitches and is looking pretty dominant on the day. As really, besides that one inning where he got touched up for the 1 run, he's looked pretty unhittable. As now coming up for the Trappers is going to be Anthony Barraza. He's currently 0 for 2 in this game. As the pitch comes in from Reed, a little slider that hits the outside corner for strike 1. So now Butts is already ready, working fairly quickly as the pitch comes in. It's going to be hit the corner again for a strike. It's going to be 0-2. As Reed's working incredibly quick. So you can see shaking off quite a few pitches before delivering the 0-2. It's low for ball 1. As again, Barraza, it takes a couple seconds to really get out of the box before Butts gets ready to release it. Another pitch inside is going to be 2-2. Barraza pitch number 86, you can see on your screen now for Butts. As Barraza is ready to go for the 2-2 pitch. Well, again, ball 3. So Barraza has worked this count full. As Butts has constantly been going at that fast pace throughout the entire game. So the pitch comes in now, the full, a little bit slower delivery. Maybe taking a breath, and as Butts throws it inside for ball 4. It'd be a leadoff walk for Barraza. Bringing up the beer batter for the day, which is typically a number 5 hitter for the opposing team, which is Kobe Rich, number 8. Currently play, as so far he's struck out once, meaning in that first inning there was half-price beer for all the fans out here. The pitch coming in now from Butts. It's a swing and a strike, high fastball. Pitch number 89 on the day. As we're going for so we had a decent lead off so far from Barraza at first. As the pitch comes in from Butts, check swing. Check down at first, and we got no swing. It's going to be 1-1 on Rich. Pitch number 90 on the day for Butts. He's worked very deep into this game so far, being hit through 5. That pitch count's just a bit high, averaging just around 20, as that pitch is fouled back to make it 1-2. So working on the day so far, we have 5 hits total that Butts is allowed towards the Trappers. So well, this is actually the Trappers' 4th run that they scored in this entire series, being it that the Sabre Dog pitching has really shut them down throughout each of these 4 games. The pitch coming in now from Butts on the 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. It's going to be another strikeout for Reed Butts. And with Kobe Rich striking out, that is going to be another half-price beer as the pitch goes into the next batter. It looks like Maddox Mueller, low for a ball. Butts working out of the stretch now with Barraza at first. Pitch. Slider cuts back over the plate for strike one. Counts evens up at 1. And Maddox hasn't really put much together throughout this series, especially in this game, as Butts, I'm pretty sure, struck him out 2 times so far. After the throw over, Butts gets ready now for the 1-on-1 pitch. Leans in, tries to get the sign now. And the pitch comes in, fouled straight back. It's going to be 1-2. Pitch number 94 so far. High fastball inside. Stepping back in. Butts does not look phasing with that runner at first. Takes a quick glance over. Quick sidestep. Strike 3. Gets him swinging on the high fastball. It's another strikeout for Reed Butts. I don't think Mueller's put a ball in play yet in this game. So, as now next up is going to be Garrett Arnold, the catcher on the day. So perfect that his number is number 2, as that is the scorecard for the catcher. Butch just keeps working quick through this inning as the pitch comes in. Popped it up. It's going foul and straying out of play to the left side. It's going to be 0-1. Pitch number 96 so far for Butts. And so far, it looks like that maybe there's some action warming in the Sabre Dog bullpen as Butts nears the 100-pitch mark. Shakes off first pitch. And the 0-1. Slider taken for strike 2. 0-2 now as we assume that Butts would be really excited to quickly get off the field here. As he gets ready with the 0-2. That is foul, swung on to the third base side. Grounder by Crouch. Throws it over to first to Monroe. And that's going to do it for this half inning of the Pierre Trappers, as the Sabre Dogs still lead 5-1 here on SBTV and Expedition League TV. This has been Justin Levy, the producer, for a half inning. Now I'll turn it back over to our play-by-play, Mitch Kieran, for the bottom of the 6th inning.
Welcome back to the Magic City, guys. Mitch Kieran once again back in the booth. I want to give a big thanks to Mr. Justin Levy, our broadcast producer, for picking up the slack this past half inning. Real quick about Justin, he just does a tremendous job here, making sure that we get on the air every night. Deserves a ton of credit. Also adding commentary to many of the cameras that y'all are watching, as well as keeping up on the scoreboard. And just making sure the whole broadcast runs smoothly. So, very awesome things. Once again, thank you, Justin. Greatly appreciated. We're going to start things off here in the bottom of the 6th. Alex Crouch stepping in. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Went down looking, but also walked before that. Still looking for his pitch to drive. Tries to get on that first one. Just goes chasing high for a swing and a miss for strike 1. He'll step back in here. Senior out of Missouri Western in Oak Grove, California. He'll take that one high as well for ball 1 this time. Keep the bat on the shoulder. The Sabre Dogs leading things off with Hunter Delanoy in the 5th, able to finally get 2 more runs on the board. A much closer affair here tonight. Caleb Hay just battling these Sabre Dogs. And they were a little low on pitching this past weekend. But Crouch down the line, just foul. Turns on another pitch. Almost looking for one extra bases, but once again, just a hair out in front. Followed by Delanoy. Newbert with a double. A couple batters later, Barlow was able to ground out, but still score Delanoy. Then it was Cody Muncie that delivered on the RBI single for the second run in the fifth. This pitch, that will do it for strike three. Crouch watches that one paint the corner. Just a frustrating result there for Crouch. Kicking himself. Hopefully he'll get one more shot of redemption here later tonight. Still plenty of ball game in the bottom of the sixth. And the Trappers putting up a much better fight than they have in the past series. Mertz will ground this one on a high bounce. And Hunter Brown. Great play and a one pitch out for Dustin Mertz. Not sure if Coach Kieran will be too pleased with the quality of some of these at-bats, but regardless of where you hit it or the quality of how you hit it, if it's a one pitch out, it's going to hurt no matter the result. And a first pitch is called for strike one on Luis Pelayo. And a second. Pelayo keeping the bat on the shoulder. Not sure ready to hit, but still a cool and composed batter. A great approach. And he is not afraid to get a pitch on the outer half. Just try to flick it the other way like he just did. Sharp ground that even Coach Kieran couldn't field. It's still an 0-2 count. And Pelayo's looking to get back on base for the second time tonight. That pitch will skip over the plates and might have caught Arnold there. And that might be shaken up a little bit. Couldn't really dodge that one, but also nobody on base. Don't really need to block it, but like I said, it was coming in hot. It's ball one. And Pelayo still trying to battle back with a 1-2 count. Hey, with a quick delivery. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and Pelayo will be retired in just a 12-pitch inning for Caleb Hay walking off the field. The Trappers still need more work offensively as we go to the top of the seventh. It's Souris Valley 5, Pierre 1. And we'll be back with more baseball next. Try to paint the corners. Try to test these Pierre batters. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Oh, 2, Tyler Elliott. Swing and a miss. And see ya. Back-to-back strikeouts. And Griffin goes down looking. If we had some audio issues, we have Tyler Elliott now into pitch, the right-hander out of Montana State Billings. For Elliott, again, his third appearance, 3 innings prior, an ERA at 6, but he's trying to lower that by the game. And he's well on his way here as he is quickly sitting down these aggressive Trapper batters. Swinging early and often in the counts. And a foul ball off of the catcher, Dustin Mertz. So again, Reed Butts' night comes to a close. Try to take a look at some of his numbers here. Through 6 complete innings, he matches Thomas Gutierrez's strikeout total with 12. Giving up 1 run, which was not earned. 5 base hits to the Trappers. Finished the night at an even 100 pitches. Trappers only batted .217 against him in this one. Plus, he only issued 2 walks. Another stellar start. Butts back in the dugout. Talking over his performance. This one's grounded towards Crouch. Come up, throwing a strike, and it just sails over the outstretched glove of Monroe. Tough break there. A chopped ground ball. And Crouch, you could definitely tell he was revving up for that one. Might have shown a little frustration there. And that one just sails on a line. Even outstretching the 6'5" Monroe. Tyler Elliott is going to go over and talk with Coach Norton. I wonder what happened there. Perhaps something with the fingers or a contact. We'll have to talk this one over. See just what happened there, but Tyler Elliott, with 2 down, has a runner on first. He's still going to go back out on the mound. Try to work through this one. He'll get 1 warm-up pitch here. Again, shows just how crispy that fastball is. I think he'll get. Nope, he's ready to go. That was nice. The umpires letting him just try to battle through that issue. And he looks ready to go. Rifles a fastball first pitch, skipping in the dirt. A nice block by Mertz. It's Noah McCreary, the batter now. This one fouled straight back for strike 1. Pardon me, I'm going to try to get ourselves caught up here. Griffin went down swinging. Bendeck reaching on the E5. And now we got Noah McCreary, the 2-hitter for Pierre. He'll watch that slider miss up and away for ball 2. Two-one count now for McCreary. Already back in the stretch. Kicks and fires. Fastball just missing low and in, ball 3. So again, whatever that nagging issue to either the finger came on the same play as the throwing error by Crouch. So Elliott really got to battle up here for his third. Quickly just will hold Bendeck at first. Whipping that one over to Monroe. Tyler Elliott of Montana State Billings at a 5.19 ERA. 35 innings pitched, 52 struck out batters. But that pitch will miss outside for ball 4, and we now got 2 runners on for Hunter Brown. So with the 52 strikeouts, only 13 walks issued. Davey Demeter, another one of the top batters on the roster offensively for the Sabre Dogs, might be making his way over to the bullpen. Might be in a potential close or another relief situation for him, as Elliott still tries to get set back in after issuing 2 strikeouts. Fastball at the letters, perhaps seen a little bit above them for ball 1. Again, Elliott, through 3 appearances, has 4 strikeouts and just the 2 earned runs given up. Here's the 1-0. And that one missing high and in. Brown having to duck out of the way of a curveball. Again, a gloomy night above us here in the Magic City. Some dark clouds. Had some rain earlier. Not looking in the forecast for the rest of the evening. We still won't see the sunset until 9:42. We're just going to see overcast the rest of this ball game. 2-0. Big swing and a miss. Gets him a chase on a fastball upstairs. Brown trying to get on plane with it, but hitters often are fooled by that pitch when they want to swing away, as these Pierre batters do. And he traded in a good count for a pitch that's very hard to get on plane with. 2-1 pitch, swung on, popped him up, and it will just drift out of play. Good job for Tyler Elliott after starting off Brown 2-0, quickly tying up the counts. Getting Brown to swing on 2 swings that he would like back. Elliott back on the rubber. From the stretch with 2 runners on and 2 down, another foul ball. Again, Tyler Elliott, 6'3". A good frame for a pitcher. And he is also showing some pretty good velocity. He's able to have a 10 strikeout game as Lynn Benton Community College. The 2-2. Swung on. Grounded towards Cruz. And he will take the easy way towards Barlow. Out at second is McCreary. And the fielder's choice will leave 2 stranded for the Trappers in the top of the 7th. Your Sabre Dogs still trying to add to a 5-1 lead when they come to the plate next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City, as we're already on our second pitcher. Pierre still rocking with Caleb Hay. Up to 92 pitches, no work in the bullpen just yet for Pierre. Again, if I'm not mistaken, I believe these pitchers in the Expedition League this summer running on a 120 pitch count limit. But Caleb Hay has battled this tough Sabre Dogs offense with grit here tonight. Through 6 complete, Caleb Hay able to get 4 strikeouts, giving up 5 runs, 3 of which were earned, 8 base hits. But he's also thrown 62 strikes to 30 balls. He's stayed consistent. He's been doing his job. It's ball 1 missing high to the batter, Hunter Delanoy. Swings at this one, shoots it down the line, but drifting foul. And it looks like we'll have a left-handed. A potential lefty, yes, I believe it is, in the bullpen now. Starting to get loose for the Trappers. After the long strike one, they corral the baseball. Hunter Delanoy, 2 for 3. He has been tremendous in his past 5 games. The 1-1. That pitch missing inside. Delanoy didn't want to wear it off the hip. Not a great spot to wear a pitch. I think he saw it coming in, and he wants to be in there and swing. Hey, back in the winds-up with the 2-1. He'll get a 4th pitch slider right over the heart of the plate, taken for strike 2. Great showing there from Hay to tie the count back up. He doesn't miss a beat. Back there with the 2-2. Gets Delanoy to chase. And the throw from Arnold in time for out number 3. On the drop, third strike swinging. Delanoy will go down for out number 1. We'll have another righty warming up for Souris Valley. Again, perhaps this might be Davey Demeter. First pitch fouled away for Ben Newbert. And he's got to work with an 0-1 count as the train shows its support for the Sabre Dogs. 0-1. Newbert watches this one break low for ball 1. Newbert 1 for 3. And he also has very impressive power numbers on the summer. Third pitch of the at-bat missing for ball 2, Newbert. 13 runs batted in. Tied for the team's second with Luis Pelayo. 3 home runs. And he rips this one towards the gap deep in left center. It's down, and it's going to be extra bases for Newbert. He's heading to second, and he will stay there with a 1-out stand-up double to the gap in left. Such a nice swing for Ben Newbert. Stays level, takes a big step forward. It's a pretty swing, yet violent. And the result, when it looks like that, it's a job well done. So he stands in scoring position now across the diamond from a man still looking for his. It's Chris Monroe 0 for 3 on the first pitch. He will take this one high for ball 1. Again, he's had a pretty aggressive approach here tonight, trying to swing at pitches early, but then gets caught chasing late in the count. It's a 1-0 count now. Hay from the stretch. Monroe takes another big swing, just gets the end of the bat on it, foul tipped. Especially after the start of the season Monroe's been having. He hasn't exactly had an off night yet. Batted cleanup since game number 2. 1-1. And he'll foul this one out of play. Also, of course, batting 3 in place of Ben Newbert on his night off. It's got to be nice, too, for some of these players in summer ball after coming here for many of them, making postseason pushes. Got to take a breather every now and then. There are guys in that dugout right now that could come into the game and make something happen. And Monroe watches a fastball in the black for strike 3. Just a tough night, unfortunately. We'll move along to Jake Barlow, 0 for 3, but 1 run batted in. He's got a tough task here with 2 down. Trying to find a way on base, but he can do one better and try and bring Ben Newbert home. 2 down, Newbert still on second. And the first pitch to Barlow pops him up. Another big swing early on a first pitch curveball from Hay. Caleb Hay, what to 106 pitches. This might be it for him. Well, we'll see if we'll see a little bit of him in the 8th if he can get out of this one soon. The 0-1 to Barlow. And he'll take a fastball over the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Jake Barlow going to have to battle up now. Standing on the back chalk of the box, waving the bat, and he'll keep it on his shoulder, watching ball one outside. Again, as I mentioned, we had Jake Barlow to give credit for his 3 consecutive games with home runs and a 3-hit performance, our player of the game back on Sunday. Just a great individual to talk to. Plays the game the right way. Swing and a miss, and strike 3. Unfortunately for the Sabre Dogs, Newbert will be held on second after his double was the lone hit of the 7th for Souris Valley. As the Sabre Dogs come back out on the field, and the Trappers trying to get back within reach of Souris Valley. Scoreboard still reads 5-1 when we come back on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the Magic City. Tyler Elliott back out on the bump for his second inning of work. Struck out 2 batters early, then had an error behind him in the field on the same play. Perhaps a finger issue, and it might still be lingering as he's going to talk things over with Coach Kieran along the foul line. So now Reed Butts comes out. Trying something with the finger. Yeah, now they're asking if Demeter is ready to go, just to be safe. Now, we like to win and everything here in Souris Valley. We are 8-1 after all, but we also would like for all of our players to stay safe. You can tell by our social media posts, we definitely like to have fun with this as well, but would hate to see this worsen for Tyler Elliott. So his night might come. It's a bit of an earlier stop than he had hoped. So again, remind me, Justin, I got to ask Coach K what he is going through out there. And the fact that he's still pitching, he is one tough son of a gun. So Mertz throws down to seconds, and we are going to lead things off with Anthony Barraza here in the top of the 8th. Now the Trappers, they have been pretty tough at the plate tonight. Sure, they've struck out 14 times, but look back at that. They have battled in many of these at-bats. They got to find a way to execute because time is running out. They're down to their final 6 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. Barraza will watch the first pitch go by inside for ball 1. And the second, big swing and a miss. Tyler Elliott also continuing to battle here as he gets strike 1 over on the heater. And it's coming in hot. 1-1. Another fastball. Broken bat up the middle. Jake Barlow on the run. You betcha! How about that from Jake Barlow? A grounder I thought was up the middle all day. And he threw that one from probably past where Cruz was playing shortstop. We already saw him commit one of the best defensive plays on the summer so far against Red River, but that one also might just beat it. Just a simple 4-3 but on paper, but that one was anything but simple. It's a big out number 1 as we go to Colby Rich. 1 for 3, he steps in for the 4th time tonight, batting 5th in the order. Elliott with the 1-0 pitch, swung on and fouled into the netting. Count ties back up at 1-1. Rich stepping back in. These Trapper batters offering it anything close. But they're also holding off on pitches like that for ball 2. So again, Colby Rich, a freshman out of Northeast Community College in Madison County, Nebraska, takes this pitch inside for ball 3. He's got a hitter's count 3-1. A Sumner, Iowa native. So far this summer, not too shabby, batting .316 with an .879 OPS, driven in 3 runs and scored 5 of his own. The 3-1 from Elliott. Fastball right down Broadway, taken for strike 2. A big at-bat now for both Rich and Elliott. Tyler's working for his second out, but hold on here. Still talking with Coach Kieran. I don't think Elliott liked the feeling of that one. Not sure. He might have a cut or something. Am I trying to get tape on the hand? Yeah, he is battling a hand issue, and they are really trying to speed up a reliever. He's got both coaches out there now checking him out, but Tyler Elliott, he wants to stay in the game. Again, a tough player. I don't know if he's out here to preserve anything. He just wants to play ball. So he steps back out on the rubber with a full count against Colby Rich. The payoff, just missing inside for ball 4. And Coach Kieran's going to walk back out here. Looking at the bullpen, I think this might be it for Tyler Elliott. You got to respect the effort here. But with the amount of times he's had to talk with the coaches, you almost want to go for the for sure thing. So, makes perfect sense. Shakes his hand, looks understanding. Again, got to tip your cap for Tyler Elliott. Whatever he's going through, whether it be a cut, a blister, whatever it is, was affecting his pitching, but he was trying his hardest not to show it. He still battled getting 2 strikeouts, only allowing a handful of base runners and no runs. So we'll have Davey Demeter step out of the mound now. We'll give him some time to warm up and step away. We have 1 down and a man on first. To this in the top of the 8th on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. So Davey Demeter now coming into the game for Tyler Elliott. Again, just 1 1/3. But he showed a lot of grit out there. I'm talking over with Justin. We'll get the official on it from Coach K later in the postgame, but that was a blister between 2 fingers. That would be really tough for a pitcher. But again, going through it personally, it is no fun on some of those blisters. Once you got one, you are bound to reopen that for the rest of your career. Maybe I just didn't handle mine correctly, but 1 down, a man on first, and Demeter out there now to pitch. And the first offering, ball 1 outside to Maddox Mueller. So now we got Demeter in the stat column. And he finally resets in the stretch. Rich leading off first. That pitch, not a bad spot, especially not after that frame from Mertz. It's ball 2. Demeter able to get his first pitching appearance in the past series. 1 inning on Saturday against these Trappers. Third pitch of the at-bat, gets that slider in there, called strike 1. Going to show command of that one. Through 4 batters faced, he was still able to strike out 2. And he only gave up just 1 hit. Well, he's battling here against Mueller, 6th in the order. Colby Rich, a great at-bat, drawing a full count walk. The 2-1, he's got a healthy secondary lead. And that one's just missing inside for ball 3. Demeter also top 10 in the NAIA in saves. So he was quite the reliever for VCSU, but this one's roped into left field. Just throwing the bat at a 3-1 pitch. Mueller calculated that one very nicely. Sends it into left. Well out in front of Muncie. The 1-out single will bring up Garrett Arnold. Demeter only had a 3.6 ERA at VCSU through 10 innings, struck out 18 batters, walking 6. He's in the stretch. A slider up and in. Ball 1. Again, Demeter out of Santa Barbara, California. It's also one of our top batters on the team, but nice to see he also gets his pitching fix over the summer as well. The 1-0 slider that time. Plenty of movements and undeniable for a strike. The count ties up at 1-1 now. Demeter gets his pitch from the stretch. Runners on first and second, still the 1-out. Might be trying to go for a grounder here, but that pitch missing high for ball 2. Trying to find that as well. The top 10 total number of saves he was in that range of the top 10 in the NAIA with 7 saves. VCSU, definitely say one of the more consistent programs in the North Star. Definitely always up there with the powerhouse Bellevue. You got Mayville State as well, another perennial program. But Valley City, over the past decade, I would say, always playing the game tough. Always playing the game the right way. But that's going to be ball 4 on the 3-1. And Arnold walks, and the bases are loaded. And the tying run is now coming to the plate with Trevor Seagraves. So Trevor Seagraves 1 for 3, and he has had some pretty good at-bats tonight. Out of the 8-hole, this could be a tough spot. Demeter trying to work out of this one. Swing and a miss, but it gets away from Mertz. No foul tip, but they weren't aware of it. He caught those base runners napping that time. Rich, not really a good secondary lead, but where he was standing, perhaps really couldn't get a good read on the ball. Mertz was still able to stay between him, and he showed a lot of hustle getting to it just in front of the Sabre Dogs dugout. But Demeter's working ahead of Seagraves. He's got a battle here. In the stretch. Mertz setting up on that outer half. The second pitch. Curveball. Just missing. Pelayo playing a little bit in. As are these outfielders. The corners. Got to finish the job here to take away this situation of less than 2 outs. And Seagraves going to call time. gut check time for Davey Demeter and Trevor Seagraves. Demeter looking for a strike, and Seagraves is looking to strike. The 1-2. Big swing and a miss, and that is a big win on the mound for Davey Demeter. Gets him to chase ahead in the count at a pitch at the shoulders. And that's out number 2. Now Demeter nowhere near out of the woods yet. Base is still loaded, and the tying run is still at the plate. He's got to get his third, but he's got to force anywhere now. And a fly ball takes away a sac fly. There's a swing and a miss for Jacob Griffin. 0 for 3. Again, not much depth change from the last at-bat. Only Barlow now back on the outfield green of this turf field at Corbett. Another swing and a miss. Davey Demeter. He's just settling in now. It's an 0-2 count for Demeter. Trying to hold more trappers stranded. Third pitch. Swing and a miss! Davey Demeter! What a huge display of guts right there. Had the runner on first. Walked 2 more. And he got himself out of a big jam. The Trappers are still held at 1 run, and they leave 3 more stranded. The Sabre Dogs, 1 more opportunity to add to a 4-run lead coming up next on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
With great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. With a stay at Minot's Comfort Inn and Suites, you'll be within reach of some of the best summer spots in the Magic City, including the Dakota Square Mall, Minot State University, the North Dakota State Fairgrounds, and of course, Corbett Field, the home of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. When you book your stay, enjoy complimentary Wi-Fi, indoor pool, spa tub, fitness center, complete with great rooms available. Located at 3420 South Broadway. Book today by calling 701-838-5200. Comfort Inn and Suites, the official hotel service of the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs. With a stay at Minot's.
Welcome back to the Magic City. Davey Demeter making some magic happen after the gutsy 1 1/3 inning from Tyler Elliott. He comes in and he gets himself out of a big jam. And he keeps that scoreboard reading correctly at 5-1. And Caleb Hayes' night will come to an end. Nick Blessing now into the game for Pierre. So a right-hander looks like he's hiding the ball pretty well on his delivery, showing the hitters the back pockets. And we'll try to do our background here on Blessing quick as he just quickly gets through his warm-up pitches. So for Nick Blessing, so far he is making his 4th appearance. He has pitched 7 innings thus far. Hasn't made any decisions. He does have a save, though, in 1 opportunity for a save. Given up 4 total hits, 3 earned runs, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts, and an ERA of 3.86. And he'll get Cody Muncy to take a big swing and a miss on a first pitch strike. Muncy with a multi-hit game tonight, 2 for 3. Finding a way to beat the shift on him. Blessing with the 0-1. This one missing well outside. Again, Cody Muncy, mentioned hitting .296 earlier. But he's just going to keep building towards a higher average as he just keeps finding holes as the young season carries on. He'll watch strike 2 go by. The 1-2. And he'll watch it go by for ball 2. Again, Muncie hitting 6th. Really not a weak part of the Souris Valley lineup. Any of these batters, any given time, could bat 1 through 9, I believe. The 2-2 to Muncie. And he will watch it all the way in low for ball 3. Got a good load. Able to keep his hands back. Lets his legs do a lot of movements before he fires those hands. The payoff. And he watches it go by for ball 4. Also buys himself a lot of walks. Got a 4.24 on base. And that was his 6th walk of the season. One of the highest on the team. That's actually now tied. I don't know, make that tied for 2nd on the team with Pelayo. Delanoy with 7. And this one, broken bat, but Cruz will trade it in for his 3rd hit of the game. I'm sure he didn't want to snap his bat over it, but the end result was pretty nice. A sawed-off bat for a line drive into right for a first pitch single. Everybody okay? Broke the handle clean off. Alex Crouch stepping in, and he is another guy that is just due. Struck out a pair of times already. Might still be kicking himself over that error in the field, but he is wanting to tee off, and if he can, he could make some damage happen here. Love the walk-up choice. Billy Squires, the stroke. So now Nick Blessing still looking for his first out with runners on 1st and 2nd. Takes the first pitch fastball off the plate, ball 1. Don't forget, we'll be right back here at Corbett Field live for a 6:35 first pitch tomorrow night for another game between the Sabre Dogs and the Trappers. A 1-0 count on the way. Crouch popped up towards the edge of the infield, and yes, they are going to call infield fly. Crouch is out. Seagraves still catches it, and we move right along to Dustin Graves, another guy that's due this game. Mertz catching another great game. Both him and Delgado get a lot of credit for how well they're able to call pitches, or how well they're able to put in work behind the dish. First pitch and a slider that just makes its way into the upper inner part of the zone for a called strike 1. A good pitch there from Nick Blessing. That was his 10th of the inning. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss there from Mertz. Caught him out in front. Another curveball. Mertz with a 478 average coming into tonight. 0 for 3 in this game. But he can turn a tough night into a good one here with one good swing with 2 strikes. The 0-2. Swung on. Back up the middle. But it's tough. Leaves the shortstop right to second. And it's a double play. 6-4-3. It was a hard hit grounder to Brown. Almost looks like it was going to make it through up the middle. But Brown, all in one motion. The field, the flick to Seagraves, and the clean throw to Barraza will put away the Sabre Dogs in the 8th. Demeter will make his way back out to the mound to try to close the door on the Sabre Dogs' 5th straight victory. Let's see if they can make it happen. More baseball after this. Top of the 9th coming up on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball.
We all protect what we love. It's instinct. We do everything we can to keep our loved ones safe, and they do everything to keep us safe. Seatbelts save lives. It's an indisputable fact, and buckling up is something we all can do.
Buckle up, Dad.
Seatbelts save lives. Buckle up. Every trip, every time. Brought to you by the North Dakota Department of Transportation through Vision Zero.
Davey Demeter back on the mound waiting for Mertz to gear up. Nobody ready to quite fill in for him, so he'll be playing catch with Crouch in the meantime. Again, we saw a great start tonight for Reed Butts. 100 pitches thrown. A dozen strikeouts, making that 12. And he has left 6 runners on base. 2 runners left on base for Tyler Elliott, and 3 for Davey Demeter. 11 total runners left on base for the Trappers, and they have only been able to bring home 1. The strikeout pitching has just been so effective, as it has been expected with these SaberDog pitchers. 16 total strikeouts in the game. That is just a very tough thing to let happen when you got potential runners to make a different ball game. Now, don't get me wrong, this was without a doubt so far the closest game that we have seen between Souris Valley and Pierre here at Corbett Field. A lot of season left, a lot more matchups to have. But they've kept it close. They've battled. And again, with those runners left on base, we could be looking at a much different score had some things gone different. The 0-1 swung on, fouled away for Connor Bendeck. The top of the order, 1-2-3, to lead things off for Pierre. They need at least 4 more runs before they record 3 outs. This one, rope towards Crouch, gets it on the bounce. The throw, this time on the money. On the third pitch of the at-bat, it's a hard ground out to the third baseman for out number 1. Again, Connor Bendeck, another batter. Just been taking hacks tonight. Paid off for 1 hit. And Noah McCreary, another one of the guys that's been consistently getting on and putting Pierre in winning situations all year. He will take ball 1 low and inside. 1-0 count for McCreary. And his pitch fouled straight back for strike 1. Try to take a look, see if North Iowa and Red River have any updates. Nothing. A check swing. Nothing over there for ball 2. Noah McCreary, of course, 1 for 2. And drawing 2 walks. And he is doing himself a good job also getting in these at-bats. A 3-1 count. Looking for just 1 pitch, but he will stay patient. He will walk for a 3rd time tonight. Noah McCreary in good spirits after his start. He is a predominant outfielder, but he kept the SaberDogs, so I believe 2 scoreless innings. And he will take off for second on the pitch. An early steal. And Mertz didn't see it. Ball 1 low and away. Still a 4-run lead. But they're just looking for 2 more outs. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Davey Demeter back in the stretch. 2 strikeouts for him and Elliott. A dozen for Reed Butts. And an early steal. And they just must not care for it. It's ball 2 outside. You can hear someone hollering from the dugout, but no one's even holding them on. I don't even think Crouch went to the bag. 2-1. Swung on. Grounded down the line and just hooked it foul. Hunter Brown. 0 for 4 tonight. Davey Demeter not even phased by McCreary, the base runner. Letting him take 2 stolen bases. As clean as it can be. uncontested. He's just trying to get the batter out. 2-2. Swung on, hit in the air, and out of play, foul. It's going to be a 6-pitch at-bat at the least for Hunter Brown here, the 3-hitter tonight for Pierre. We will see these guys just one more time tomorrow night. Talking about us, the broadcasting and intern crew, plus our Souris Valley faithful. That pitch missing, up and in, ball 3. Another payoff here. Swung on, hit high the other way. Towards shallow right field, Monroe will catch this one just beyond first base for out number 2. And the Trappers down to their final out. We go down now to Anthony Barraza. He steps in as the 3rd run of the Pierre game. The man on deck will be 4, and the man beyond him will be the tying run. Davey Demeter looking to close the door, get the save, but this one's rocketed to deep center field. Pelayo on the run, and he won't get to it. The run will score as Barraza is rounding second. The alleyway might cost Souris Valley. This one, the throw! In time! What a relay! Wow! Dason Cruz on the throw from Luis Pelayo. And Crouch was selling it as if the throw wasn't there. One motion. The throw perfectly led into the tag. And that's the ball game. But the final score is going to be 5-2. Souris Valley wins it. We're going to have to talk things over once again with Reed Butts, as well as Coach Kieran. So Butts will be your player of the game for the Souris Valley Sabre Dogs in the 5-2 win over the Pierre Trappers. We'll wrap this thing up coming up in the post game right after this on your home for Sabre Dogs baseball. Welcome back to the First Western Bank and Trust broadcasting booth. Coming at you live, my name is Mitch Kieran with our player of the game, the winning pitcher, Mr. Reed Butts. Now, Reed, you gave us another strong 6 innings, striking out a clean dozen, 12 batters. Now, a bit of a closer affair tonight, but you know what? These trap batters pretty aggressive, but you found ways to battle, but also just strike guys out. You know, man, talk about what you liked about tonight's game.
I think I kind of got hit a little early, so I think that helped me settle in second, third, fourth inning. So just keeping me focused and realizing just one pitch at a time and just keep attacking. So that's what I kind of just went out and did.
Well, very good read, as definitely didn't miss a whole lot, just the 2 walks plus 5 hits, as you mentioned, but finally got things going. But definitely looked like pretty confident. You know, once you had a guy on, there were a total of 11 runners left on base tonight. Now, a lot of things could have went differently, but you found ways to battle, found ways to execute, and you kept the trapper hitters at bay. You got anything to add to that?
Yeah, I think just mixing it up a lot, just keeping my secondary and third pitches accurate and challenging the hitters. I think that's what kind of built the recipe for success today, and just good calling by Dustin Mertz behind the dish. You know, having that chemistry with him playing school ball, so it really helps.
Well, fantastic stuff, Reed, our player of the game tonight, and definitely not hard to see why. You know, you go out there, battle your butt off, and definitely great to have you on the mound. So we're very looking forward to watching you pitch again, and once again, congrats on a great game.
Appreciate it. Thanks. Hi, Mom and Dad.
So very good stuff, as we're going to have 2 more special guests here on the post-game show. We saw the winning pitcher as our player of the game, and the winning coach plus winning coach's son. So first, Maddox, do you have any comments on the game?
Thought the starting pitching was good. Pitching all night was good. Thought we just were a little sluggish offensively. That's what he told me.
Glad we got the translator in the house, but definitely probably the closest affair of this new series that we're seeing with Pierre. You know, they definitely had a little bit of a better pitcher out there tonight. We knew they were low on pitching in the last series, but they left 11 runners on base. So definitely you try to recruit guys for your summer teams that just know how to strike guys out. So that definitely came into effect tonight and played in our benefit.
Yeah, I don't know how many strikeouts we had, but I bet we had 15 or 16. We did a really nice job, I thought, defensively as well. When Jake Barlow made a really nice play, that relay at the end, Louis to Dason to Alex was picture perfect, and we just played a little bit better, and we scored in bunches in 2 innings, and some things fell for us. But yeah, we just didn't hit as well as we wanted to. But that's baseball, you know. After you put up 60-something runs in the first 3 games, you know you're bound to have a little bit of a lull.
Absolutely, but still, one more game here at Corbett Field against Pierre, and then one more game down there at the Trappers' Place. So what can we expect for tomorrow, and if any turnarounds?
Tomorrow, Daniel Tomkowitz is going to throw. He threw really well last time, but not his best game, so he's excited to get back out there. And then bullpen-wise, we still have some arms. I mean, Brett Laura tonight was sick. He was scheduled to throw, so we had to kind of improvise. And Tyler Elliott threw really good. He just ran into a little bit of a blister, so he'll be out a day or 2, and then he'll be right back at it. But yeah, we still have a lot of bullpen left, and we're really confident going into these next 2 games.
Also, thank you for confirming on what was the issue with Tyler Elliott. Got to give him a lot of credit as well. Just probably the gutsiest 1 1/3 inning pitch that we have probably ever witnessed, but definitely looking forward to seeing the Corbett Field debut for Daniel Tomkowitz tomorrow, and hopefully more success at the plate. So, Coach, once again, thank you for your time, and congrats on the 5th win in a row and number 9 on the year.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's go, Dogs.
All right, so that is going to do it for us tonight from the post-game show. Mitch Kieran calling the action, Justin Levy with 1/2 inning in there, but also doing a great job keeping the show running as our broadcast producer, Jacob Fletcher, keeping all these fans hyped up on the PA, and, of course, Ty Bear and Drew Fiddler for all the fun on and off the field, and for our very own Colby Braultz. Your final score, once again, Souris Valley wins it 5-2, and we'll be right back here tomorrow night with a first pitch at 6:35. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast. Have a great night, and Sco Dogs.